LCJ Live. Today is Sunday, March 29, 2026, the final Sunday of the first quarter of 2026. We have a big win again for Project Hail Mary ahead of Mario and Yoshi heading to theaters starting Wednesday with the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is just going to be a blockbuster. Super Mario Brothers movie from 2023 did 1.3, $1.4 billion worldwide just 3 years ago. It aired on NBC a little over a week ago, aired on cable again, I believe, yesterday. And this Galaxy movie is going to be huge. It is going to make a ton of money. We will preview the box office for the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming up here on LCJ Live, as well as the other movies coming out next weekend. But we got to get to this weekend and Project Hail Mary winning again, $54.5 million for Project Hail Mary. This is a strong second weekend for this movie. Amazon MGM, thrilled. It's their biggest movie now, which is fantastic. I'm just getting my version of the episode of LCJ Live here coming up. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. There we go. Yes, Amazon MGM is thrilled. This is now already Project Hail Mary made more money than No Time to Die, the James Bond movie. So as far as all the Amazon MGM last 7, 8, 9 years of them combined together, Amazon and MGM, it is now number one. And they're talking about a sequel. We'll have to see what that's all about. But $54.5 million this weekend, only down 32%, $164.3 million for Project Hail Mary. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Serious Oscar chances next year for Project Hail Mary, says Sam B. Russell. I think it's got a good shot, too. Yes, we're only in March, about to be April, but look at Sinners last year in April. Also had a very small second weekend, long staying power in the theaters, and I think the same thing for Project Hail Mary. This is a movie that's going to play well all the way through April to the Michael Jackson movie at the end of April, especially for adults. This will continue to make a ton of money. Some people don't want sequel. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, just adapt a new Andy Weir book. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. Appreciate the questions in the comments. The Michael Jackson movie could also be a big awards season contender. We will have to see. But Project Hail Mary is the kind of movie, like I said in my commentary for WAMC, which you can get on the WAMC website, as well as the features section at lights-camera-jackson.com. This is a movie that speaks to America right now. It's pure escapism. It is a movie that has mass appeal. 10-year-olds and up can go see this movie and get something out of it. It is a very positive cinematic role model when it comes to those who are into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. It's huge for that. I think this is a movie that could be shown in high schools, middle schools even, as far as what science means, the influence of technology, space, all of that. I think this is a role model for that. I don't think it's a great movie. There are good moments in it, emotional moments, moving moments, the Sign of the Times scene with Sandra Huller. But as a movie, it's very basic. It's very obvious. Not too many surprises, and it is too long at 2.5 hours, though at least it wasn't 4 hours like the original cut. And all the goofy humor I didn't really care for. Parts of it are okay. It's a little overrated, but I'm not shocked that it's making money and that it's having this mass appeal. Because it's kind of like comfort food. It's a movie that's like comfort food. It's easy to accept and digest, and for people to accept, I think, across the entire country, middle America, the coasts, everywhere, I think is embracing Project Hail Mary. That's why it's doing well, and why people are going to see it probably multiple times, and why it will continue to do well. Yeah, I know, there's only one scene with him as a teacher. I thought there would be more of that, to be honest. But there you go. Project Hail Mary number one, and Hoppers number two, only down 31%. Hoppers has made $138.6 million domestically. It is probably going to get to that 152.9 of Cars 3 and that 154.4 of Elemental. But Mario and Yoshi starting Wednesday. Could Hoppers have a huge drop next weekend because of Mario coming out on Wednesday? Possibly. So Pixar's going to take all the money they can get. But I will say this, GOAT is still making money even with Hoppers in theaters. Congratulations to GOAT, which got over $100 million domestically total this weekend. Congratulations to GOAT. That's very good for Sony Pictures Animation. GOAT added $2.2 million. It's at $100.9. That is very strong. Very good for the reigning Best Animated Feature Oscar-winning animation studio behind K-pop Demon Hunters GOAT, getting $100 million. Also, this weekend we had some films that did not do so hot. They Will Kill You, only $5 million for that, and Forbidden Fruits about $1.1 million. They Will Kill You had very similar vibes to Ready or Not 2, which came out just last weekend. Ready or Not 2 added $4 million. It's at 16.3. Yes, it's the fourth biggest film under the Searchlight Pictures brand without the Fox in front of it, just Searchlight, but we're not going to get to that 28.7 million of the first Ready or Not. That's not happening. This may not even get to 20 or just barely above. So again, I've been saying this for a long time. The horror movie of the week, some of them do more than others. Scream 7 is at 118.7 million, but you get Ready or Not 2 only at 16. They Will Kill You only open to 5. I don't know if there's one really next weekend, but I know there's a few more for April. And, they're just going to keep churning them out because some of them do make money and a lot of them have small budgets. But man, can audiences really support a horror movie every single week? Durandar The Revenge added 4.8 million. It's at 22.8. We passed the total of the first film. Reminders of Him, 4.7 million. It's at 41.1. We're going to get close to that 48.9 of Regretting You, but I don't know. We may come up a little short on that. Let's see. Undertone, another horror movie, 1.7 million. It's at 18.5. And yeah, like I said, Forbidden Fruits, 1.1. So yeah, Hoppers 2, I would say possibly. Possibly. It depends on if because the budget I guess was high on Hoppers. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Of course, Mario, if this is a blockbuster like the last one was, we could probably get another Mario movie in 3 years or a spin-off. There are talks of a lot of different things. The first Mario from 3 years ago had a 3-day open of 146.4, a 5-day open of 204.6, and a total of domestically of just under $575 million. I think it was second to Barbie that year. Now, when I went opening day to the Mario movie last time, I was very surprised because school was still in session and there were a ton of kids there, ton of families. It was Wednesday during the day, during school, and there were a ton of families there. So we could see that happen again this week with the new Mario movie, which is going to be huge. It is. It is. And it's going to carry theaters for 3 weeks and beyond for families, but certainly for 3 weeks until the Michael Jackson movie, then Devil Wears Prada 2, a couple other things. Then we got Mandalorian, and we're into summer. Big June, Disclosure Day, Supergirl, and of course, Toy Story 5. It's going to be a gigantic June in a lot of cases for the movie theaters. Love the shirt. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. So we'll see how much money Mario makes. I will say this, the drama, a lot of controversy surrounding the drama in a lot of different ways. I may have been spoiled by the twist because there were some things that appeared online the other day. I was trying to avoid some things. It's hard to avoid twists and spoilers these days, but the drama is opening Friday. This is Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, and it's A24 that, yes, they've got Undertone, which made 18.5 million. This is going to depend on the reviews, the buzz, the reaction. Do people want to see this movie? Is it a comedy? Is it a drama? Is it a little bit of both? The trailers do not make it look good because of that tonal clash and also some of the situations looks like. So we'll see what happens with the drama. This could either do a little bit and then drop off big or just not do much at all to start off with. Zendaya's got a lot of movies later this year. Also Robert Pattinson. They've collaborated on a few movies. You got The Odyssey. You got Spider-Man. You got Dune amongst them. So I don't know if Robert Pattinson's in Spider-Man, but they're in Dune and they're in The Odyssey. And of course, Zendaya is in Spider-Man, which will make a lot of money at the end of July into August. So this one, though, the drama, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's going to be a big one. Sometimes A24 has taken some big swings and it has been big misses in some cases. Some cases, like Marty Supreme, that was a big swing, and that's $96 million. So we'll have to see what happens with the drama, which is coming out this week. All right. Also coming out this week, A Great Awakening. And then of course Easter is next Sunday, which we'll be here for the Easter show next Sunday. I want to mention a few other movies that came out this week that I got the chance to see. One of them is Tied Up. It's this wacky animated movie about trash. Crazy. It's talking trash. That's available on digital. Kind of crazy, does some interesting things in the second half, tied up. I saw this documentary called Mark by Sophia, which is about Mark Jacobs by Sophia Coppola. Not bad. Gets into a rhythm after a little bit. Takes a little while to get going, but interesting for sure. And that combination of Mark Jacobs' fashion eye with Sophia Coppola's cinematic eye does come together and create some interesting moments. So not bad. Not a great documentary, but didn't hate it by any means. Mark by Sophia. That's in theaters. And then on Hulu, oh my gosh. Mike and Nick and Alice, terrible. This is one of the worst movies of the year so far, without question. Could end up on my 10 worst list for the year. I don't do a lot of 10 worst lists anymore, but mentally and for my own sake, it will probably end up there. There is just nothing original, nothing fun, nothing creative, nothing exciting, nothing compelling about Mike and Nick and Alice. It's just John Wick and Kingsman and Edge of Tomorrow and some other things. Tell you, a movie that does time travel and some things of that nature and the loop and all that better is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. If you have not seen that movie, check that out. As we look at the first quarter of 2026, I've got Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die as one of my favorite movies of the year so far. Also, GOAT, epic Elvis Presley in concert, Paul McCartney, Man on the Run. I would also throw in Buffalo Kids, solid animated film, and Dracula was pretty good. Hoppers was all right as well. Performance-wise, Rose Byrne in tow. Definitely one of the best performances of the year so far. The movie's all right. The movie's not bad. Her performance is very good, and the movie is interesting in spots. It's just a little messy here and there, but I do recommend Toe. And also, I would say for performances of the year, Haley Lou Richardson in Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Scenes of the year so far, like I said, Sandra Huller, Sign at the Time scene in Project Hail Mary, and definitely some scenes in Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. There are two montages in Epic Elvis Presley in concert that I love. There's some great moments in GOAT. There's some great moments in Man on the Run. So some good movies so far this year. Looking forward to more as we get into the second quarter of the year and what's going to happen. So yeah, Fanimator 101 always grew up with Mario. I like the first Mario movie. Hoping this new one is fun. Yeah, we got Yoshi. Yoshi was almost my favorite character. So looking forward to Yoshi. I used to play Mario Baseball, and that was fun. And I would always pick Yoshi. He was my favorite character. So I'm looking forward to that. And when we're back here next Sunday for the Easter show of LCJ Live, we will take a look at that box office for Mario. We will preview movies coming out for the 10th, including this animated film from Japan that I've already seen called Chow. My Q&A with the director and animation director of Chow will be at animationscoop.com next Monday, April 6th. But we'll talk about Chow. We'll talk about You, Me, and Tuscany. We'll preview that. We will also preview Jonah Hill's new movie called Outcome, which is coming to Apple TV on the 10th. So we'll preview those movies, but also take a look at this box office for Mario and the drama. Mario definitely number one. I'm thinking Project Hail Mary number two. I don't think the drama is going to make a lot of money. That's going to be third. Hopper's fourth, and then the rest of the top 10 from there. Yeah, that'll be next Sunday for the Easter show for LCJ Live. The LCJ Q&A podcast will return soon with new episodes. A lot of animation-related things coming at you soon. Animationscoop.com, lcj.podbean.com. The website, as always, lights-camera-jackson.com, X at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at lightscamjackson, and if you're here on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications for LCJ Live. We will be back here next Sunday at noon Eastern. I will have my thoughts on Mario later this week and probably the drama as well, along with some other new movies that I will be checking out. And I have seen a couple other things in advance, including the drama Omaha, which is finally coming out April 24th. I saw that back in, I want to say October? I'll have to check that. But I have seen Omaha and some other things coming out soon, and some big TV on the way as well for the spring and summer. Though I was sad to see that CBS canceled DMV because it's a funny show, and it's still got 6 episodes to air, and it was getting better. I guess it just didn't find enough of an audience, which is too bad. But I've enjoyed DMV, that finale and the series finale of The Neighborhood, both Monday, May 11 on CBS. That's it. That's LCJ Live. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next Sunday, Easter Sunday, for LCJ Live. If the schedule changes before then, I'll let you know. But have a good week. And we're kicking off the month of April, which will be big for movie theaters. Thanks to Mario. Bye-bye.